The Iowa Hawkeyes head to Market Square Arena, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Gamble. Yes!
Iowa is going to Phoenix.
Iowa's the Big Ten champion. Iowa wins the Big Ten tournament.
It's good! It is good!
Wieskamp, his shot at the bar. It goes in!
Luka Garza, 33 now. Remember, he had 44 at Chrysler.
Bohannon, way outside, launches the shot. Big time onions! And a dunk by Keegan. And he dunked Gillis right to the floor with him. And the Hawkeyes are Big Ten champions.
An old-fashioned stare down.
Sanford! Who got it? This has really happened.
Starts his running three.
Impose your will, the servant mentality, but we'll always play defense.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bench Mob Carver. I'm your host, Aaron. Today, we're joined by Jesse, and we really just haven't had a lot of news here in the news sphere here for Iowa men's basketball, and that's something I've said probably the last 3 episodes because really after media day, there hasn't been anything going on besides a couple of secret scrimmages. Today, the main meat and potatoes will be that second scrimmage against Texas Tech, and really until tip-off of the season, we don't really have much going on. But Jesse, any opening statements for today's episode?
I think the listener needs to be very grateful to Aaron because he's a grinded out just like Bennett Sturts. Aaron, just like Bennett Sturts, is a grinded out player. Aaron is a grinded out podcast host. He's not going to let these I shouldn't say boring times, but these times where it's a little harder to come by something to talk about. He's not going to let that keep him from recording the podcast. So here he is behind the mic. He's forcing me to record with him, and I'm grateful for that because I just feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. And so when we look back and Aaron is calling Iowa games from behind the mic, you can look back to these early podcasts.
That was certainly a lot of praise. Is it deserved? Probably not, but I appreciate it anyways. And now we know that Gary Dolphin needs to watch out for me, as I will coming on to the mic pretty soon if he slips up. And I think he got kicked off maybe once of Iowa men's basketball because I think we were playing Maryland like 10, 15 years ago, and they had a center who was just like really big dude, and I think he said something about like he's looking like King Kong out there, and then I think Iowa like suspended him for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I feel like you get shut down for a lot less these days. So you watch out, buddy. Aaron's coming for your job.
Yep, and I will be completely politically correct for everything, as I am known to be.
Perfect.
I'll get in no trouble, unlike our buddy Gary. Just the one real big thing of news we have, it's the second scrimmage against Texas Tech. That happened about 3 days ago. Texas Tech flew into Iowa City, into Carver, and we had a little bit of scrimmaging going on. Again, for those who really haven't heard of these secret scrimmages, A, they do a terrible job of keeping it secret because we have heard of both of them. And B, it's not really like a real game. It's something that you can throughout your different sets, throughout your different defensive looks, and kind of just pause the game whenever the heck you want to make adjustments, talk to your guys, and just get them ready for the season.
I would like to point out, so before this podcast was recorded, Aaron and I were just talking about the Hawkeye football program, and I'm going to go. Hopefully, I'm going to say that hopefully the basketball team takes a similar direction. I know we're not doing great in these first few scrimmages, but again, like Aaron said, they're not real games. But I'm even fine having a slow start to the season, especially with a new coach, a lot of new players, and just like the Hawkeyes are doing this football season, as long as we continue to get better every game, maybe we can make something happen in the tournament. So I'm okay with slow starts. I'm not concerned. Aaron's not concerned. I speak for Aaron all the time. I'm going to just go to his workplace, speak for him. But yeah.
Probably not a great idea. To be fair, there's been times where like I'll be on the phone with my mom and she'll be talking like, "Oh, someone at your work came in. I'm gonna tell him this," and I go, "Please don't." But yeah, slow starts. Like honestly, I don't take much out of the result for any secret scrimmage before the season, just because Coach Mack has been very vocal about like, hey, we don't really do scouting for these games. We really don't take it seriously at all. It's literally just throwing his guys in there and saying suffer. Dude is a psycho, and I love it. He just goes in there and says, hey, you better not know anything about this team that we're playing because I just want to see you suffer and see how you can come out of it and maybe improve throughout it. So yeah, not that you don't want to win these, but you definitely it's more of a learning experience than it is any results based thing.
I was all for the suffering method until he ran out there with his clipboard and started throwing him at his players. That seemed a little much.
Hey,
But I'm trusting the process.
I had a great coach at a certain level of my basketball career who would do that, and sometimes you got to be tough on your guys. You gotta make them grow up a little bit.
Sometimes
Anyways,
violence is the answer.
exactly, and sometimes the team you're playing tapes back that clipboard and sends it back to your school. So it just happens like that sometimes. But yeah, the Hawks did lose to the what are they ranked? They're ranked in the top 10. It's a Texas Tech, lost to them by 10. And with us not playing well, it's kind of a good sign. Let's see. In this article that I paid $1 for, it says that Coach Mack tried a couple of different lineups, including the starting lineup with Cooper Koch, Isaiah Howard, and Cale Combs. I guess it's those three combined with Bulgaris and Sturts, who's your center in that? Vulgaris? That would have to be.
Bennett Sturt's center.
That's true. That's true. And later they put out Cam Manyow out there to play guard, as he is known to be throughout
You just
media
got to
day.
try some things.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so it looks like the starting lineup was Bennett Sturts, Cale Combs, Cooper Koch, Isaiah Howard, and Alvaro Fulgaris. Let me just say, I think my favorite player throughout the preseason has been Cale Combs from like the 6 minutes of actual ball I was able to see.
Is that Luke Combs' cousin, the country singer?
They look pretty similar, right?
Sure.
Everyone knows that Luke Combs is a dark-skinned, skinny, athletic man who is good at playing defense.
That is what I think of when I think of Luke Combs.
Yeah, Cale Combs has really impressed me throughout the preseason, just getting into guys' grills. He kind of reminds me of if you put Gabe Vincent in at the college level, I think that's Cale Combs.
Lakers legend Gabe Vincent.
Gosh, last night, I'm not going to go too deep onto it because we're obviously not a Lakers podcast, but I think JJ just, I don't know, he put so much trust into him, maybe too much, and he got injured because of it. So,
is it as much trust as Eric Spoelstra put into somebody who is now being investigated for gambling?
yeah, the gambling, that should be a topic in and of itself. That is going crazy right now with the gambling.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't get to Iowa basketball. It seems to be at bay with college games, but I'm sure we'll have some issues here in the future because it is a big money business.
That's true. It hasn't gotten close to Iowa basketball. It's only gotten to Iowa football.
Well, that was a deal.
And Iowa State. We're not the only ones here.
That's true.
Forgot
about that.
It's been Iowa people. It's been Iowa State people. So it's gotten us both. The entire state was shook from it, and
not you and I. Go Cats.
they're the real no scandals, nothing crazy, just some pure 2-6 football.
Really excited that they're playing Iowa again in 2029.
Yeah, we got to go to that one. We have no excuse.
That's true. Go Cats.
Yeah, speaking of Cats, I'm gonna see if I could find anything from Trevin Urach, who we stole from UNI. Nothing. Says nothing about him.
I will say, I mean, I love UNI. If let's say I had gone there for basketball, I did not. I just went there for academics. But if I was a basketball player and I had the opportunity to transfer to the University of Iowa as a basketball player, that would be a tough opportunity to look past and ignore. So no shame.
But yeah, we got Bennett Sturts, our guy. He had 19 points, 5 assists, drew 11 fouls. He was 5 of 14 from the field, which that Texas Tech defense. I can see it. If you're not getting the shot to fall, I can see just going in and trying to draw some fouls, just getting more aggressive, going to the rim. And again, it doesn't tell us how we drew those fouls. It could be just like a Russell Westbrook driving to the rim and getting fouled on your way up. Or it could be like an SGA just trying to absolutely destroy the game.
Yeah, I don't want to watch the free throw merchant in Hawkeye basketball. So hopefully it's not SGA ball. Not my cup of tea. I think the NBA is going the wrong direction. Let's not see that leak into college basketball.
I will say, when the Lakers played the Warriors that first night, Jimmy, that kind of looked like Jimmy Gilgeous-Alexander out there.
He's an old man, let him do his thing.
I mean, he also had Gabe on him.
I still love Jimmy. No shit. As a former Heat fan, I'll provide some context for some of our listeners. But I mean, a current Heat fan, former Jimmy fan. Sorry, I will never not be a Heat fan. But it's sad to see Jimmy go and blow up his fourth team.
Hey, the only question is, how long is Jimmy out of place before he just starts calling people out?
He's getting old enough. I don't know how many team nukings he's got left. He was on the Heat for a while. I guess it seemed like he was on the Bulls for a while. The Timberwolves, that was short-lived. 76ers, that was short-lived. I feel like I'm missing one.
I think you got him.
Probably. See, it's not as many as you think.
It is a lot of burned bridges, though. And I was in Golden State. He can burn this one. He can burn down the Golden Gate Bridge here in a couple of years.
Then go play in the retirement home.
Anyways, Iowa shot 5 of 28 from 3, which is... Can we get a calculation on that? That is no bueno.
I mean, that's less than 20%, right?
Yeah,
Clearly we're math majors here. 5 for 26 or 28?
28. Oh, boy.
Oof.
That's 18%.
Yep. Womp womp. That's going to be pretty hard to win.
Hey, when you shoot 18% from 3 and you still only lose to the number 10 team in the nation by 10, it's not bad.
Yes, and I assume Texas Tech is very deep, but we can't say, well, the Hawkeyes didn't take this fully seriously as a game, and then also turn around and say, well, this is how we did against number 10 Texas Tech. Who knows?
Agreed.
Again, these scrimmages are to be taken with a grain of salt. I hope it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign. Is that confirmation bias? Maybe, but that's what we're all about here as Hawkeye fans.
We also made 26 of 37 from the free throw line. That's a wild stat. Well, so it looks like we were either pulling from 3 or going into the lane and either trying to draw fouls or trying to make layups. But was told that Iowa got a lot of great looks from 3, just couldn't knock him down. And honestly, I think as a coach, if you look back on film and say, hey, these were great looks, no matter what the result was, I think you can live with that, knowing your guys will be able to knock them down eventually.
Yeah. Yep. And if they're getting to the line, I mean, I should say teach 3-point shooting, but yeah, you rather see the loss come from missed 3-pointers instead of, lack of aggression. It seems like they were getting in the paint. They were doing some bruising, and so, yeah, they got their fouls and shots weren't falling.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think when, not going to lie, I don't even know if Coach Mack even looks at film after this and just says, well, you guys almost figured it out. Way to go, and just continues on. But yeah, I think the way it's being described, you do take a look at this and say, hey, if we can do this against, number 10 team and we can get good looks, then I feel pretty comfortable with it. Another thing was Iowa had only 12 turnovers, which is not horrible. That's not a horrible stat, especially against a really good defense. the big thing was they only had 9 assists. But to be fair, we didn't knock down a lot of shots either. A lot of it came from the free throw line and less 3-pointers made. That'll also do it. Yeah. Other than that, we were told that the offense was tough to come by. Texas Tech was very physical and made it tough to get anything in the lane, but there were chances from 3, couldn't hit them. Now we get to my favorite part. It was said that the defense was really solid outside of a 7-minute stretch, and Toppin is a handful. Texas Tech went on a 10-0 run during that stretch to make it a 20-point game. So, I mean, I think what I was told is these games are like 5 12-minute quarters. So this, in hindsight, is pretty low scoring. And so I think that sounds really good for the defense, which is kind of where you want to be at, especially like this roster isn't built up of a crap ton of just defenders anyways. So if Coach Mack can get them to, the number 10 team scores 83 points, yes, I know it's probably a lot of their backups and stuff, but 83 points in 60 minutes. Yeah, in 60 minutes, I think you'll take that. And again, Toppin might be he might be one of the main guys when it comes to the conversation of National Player of the Year. So I mean, that's gonna be hard to beat. I mean, maybe he'll be second, and I mean maybe he'll be first and deserves second. Maybe he'll be second and deserves first. Kind of like another Toppin I know who stole a National Player of the Year from Garza. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to see there. And then Alvaro Folgueras had 14 points, went 2 of 5 from 3, which was probably one of the better shooters. Only had 2 rebounds, which is not great for a dang near 7-footer. So any thoughts on Alvaro in that performance?
Nothing exclusive to that, but I will say back to your comment on these might have been backups, but I would imagine the backups for Texas Tech are probably a starting 5 for a middle of the road Big Ten team. So yeah, you like to see it. Overall, a good performance. I will say, as a former post, 2 rebounds is pitiful.
Yeah, and you're not 6'11" either, so
that's true. Also, back to our when we at the beginning when we were joking about Bennett Sturt's playing center. Just a little peek into our lives. We are involved in. Well, we're going to be playing some basketball for a certain league that we've alluded to in the past few episodes. But one of our players is 6'7", and he played point guard in high school, and I don't think his school is very big. So just I'm excited to have some guys that were maybe mispositioned throughout their high school careers, and that hopefully means better ball handling. So size doesn't matter.
But also with that height, I think our posts on this team are going to be very relieved with the fact that not only are they getting boards, but they also have a wing that's like 6'7" helping them out on the boards. I think that'll be nice for the team. I think ever since I went into intramurals rec league, I think every team I've had has just been dominated on the boards because it's just a team full of wings and guards. So seeing this actually getting some help on the boards, I'm very excited for.
I agree. My concern is speed. So hopefully.
Oh, I got you.
Okay. I'll let you go down, and you'll probably foul out in 5 minutes because you'll have to run down and foul on the fast breaks.
Yeah, I can hold my own. I'll be all right. This has been your rec league minute.
Yep. Every week we will spend 1 minute talking about rec league.
Which we got our schedules now, so I'll send you that shortly.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Also, now a moment from our sponsor. Our sponsor is Cheetos. They're not paying us, but I feel like they have a lot of money, and I'm just trying to think of the first people that would give us money. If you want to sponsor our show, reach out to Aaron. I'm not going to list his contact information here, but whatever contact information he ties to one of these episodes, you just reach out to him.
If you give me a penny, I will sponsor you. That's all I need.
Yeah. We have the yellow mattress, It's like the purple mattress, but if you pee in your bed, no one will be able to tell. So make sure to get the yellow mattress. It's also Hawkeye colors. Yeah, the yellow mattress. It comes in a box, the size of a 4-story home, and you pull it out of that box and you put it on your bed.
With the Cheeto sponsorship, I think a very funny thing would be like Cheeto Finger of the Week, where we just find a comment about Iowa hoops, and like it just has to be the worst comment we've seen. And like, hey, that's a Cheeto finger sitting at home watching basketball. He's got Cheeto fingers, and he just wants to give his take, and he has absolutely zero basketball knowledge.
Perfect. See? Cheetos, it almost makes too much sense. Please send us money.
The most downvoted thing on this thread that I'm seeing, I think there's only one that like was downvoted. Oh, there's 3 pages of this. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm
This
not
is
looking
your
through this.
Cheeto finger for the week. Oh, yeah,
There's
these are
so
all
many.
positive.
Yeah, I saw one negative.
Oh, -5. Oh, wow. Ooh, do you want me to read it? You want to read it?
You can read it.
Are we allowed to list their username?
We'll wait on that.
Okay. This guy whose username isn't... No, I'm just kidding. He says, wow, the 3-point shooting surely needs to improve. Big time. And going 3 from 9 from the free throw line is unconscionable for a Division I basketball player. Come on, man. ... I don't think I got the dots right.
To be fair, we should have brought that up as well. So Tavian Banks, he had 8 boards in 19 minutes. For someone who's 6'7", not bad. He was 3 of 9 from the free throw line. Look, we never claimed that Tavian Banks was a lights out shooter. In fact, we probably said he's not a good shooter. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, no, that's 3 for 9 is good and it's fine, because it's not. He knows he has to improve on that. But I mean, it's not why we brought him here. We brought him here for defense, hustle, and rebounding.
I'd like to also point out for that comment, I know how to read inconceivable, but that wasn't the word. I think that's what he was going for. But that dude had some spelling issues as well. He might have smelling issues. He might stink. I don't know about that, but not great spelling.
Do you think the downvotes were not because of the 3 for 9, but because of he spelt that so horribly?
It's just grammar Nazis. I think you should add a downvote. Put your dollar to good use there. And
oh man, we'll finish talking about this and get back to the comments. But Tate Sage had a really good outing. He had 12 points and 5 rebounds in extended minutes, so he got a lot of minutes there. I liked what I've seen from Tate Sage. I think maybe he could be a little more careful with the ball from the 6 minutes I saw from him. But that's good to hear from him. Cam Manyow, our guard/center, he did play, but only got 14 minutes. Didn't list any stats for him. JD Toppin, we're not going to focus on Texas Tech. We know he's good.
This ain't a Texas Tech podcast.
If you want to hear Texas Tech, you better go down to where the oil is and go give him $1 million.
Give him a warm kiss.
All right, so -3. If I can find something better than -3, I'll read that. But for now, that's really all I'm seeing. All right, there's a -3 comment from... Is this the same guy?
Oh, no.
Different guy.
Well, I mean, he could have multiple accounts. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, he's paying this paywall more than once just so we can have multiple accounts.
Are you going to read this one?
Yeah, I can read it.
Do you want to do a voice? Should we be doing voices on these?
I don't really know.
Nasally? I bet this guy's nasally. College coaches.
so the original thing is said, I'm sorry, but isn't there a report McCollum told St. Louis how to attack his team, more or less? If he did, that is so funny. And I kind of respect that, if that's true. I don't think it is, but if it is, that is so funny.
I could see that. He's giving them a free scouting report. That would actually be diabolical, but it would be hilarious.
Like, in the off chance where, like, we play them in the tournament, that's awful. But if it's just for, like, a scrimmage thing where, like, hey, I want my guys to suffer and I want them to figure stuff out, here's what they're going to do. That would be hilarious. And that's probably something I would do as a coach, too. I'm not even going to lie. Anyways, that was what the original poster said. And then the reply is, college coaches already know how to defeat their opposition. The question is, can their team execute the game plan? Does the team have the talent to execute these game plans? Game analysts like to hype up coaching strategy, and the reality is you need talent on your team that can capitalize on the opposition's weakness, and in some situations, you have the talent to take away your opponent's strengths. Good coaching in basketball is keep the opposition guessing, so you slow them down a tad so that the opposition can continuing needs to spend some of their energy on recognizing what you are doing. Bloody has never heard of halftime adjustments.
Yeah, make it 4 down votes. Oh, you can. Oh, that's right. You got your
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Yeah, no, the college coaches already know how to defeat their opposition is kind of wild. It's not like you can come out with a game plan, but with some teams, especially like a Texas Tech, they're like, here's what we can do, and I'm not guaranteeing this is a win, but this is the best way we can attack them, especially if it's a team with not a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, coaching is important, but yeah, it's not like each coach is like, yes, I know exactly how we're going to take these. It's so simple. It's right in front of our faces. It's
Hey,
like, no, when when it's regular season, if you're playing Texas Tech, good luck. Like, it's going to come down to your players doing the fundamentals right. I mean, coaching is important and you need to have a good game plan, but it's not like, oh, of course, yes, their weakness is obviously this. It's that simple. Like, then that doesn't make sense.
hey, if that's the case, this guy needs to be either an NBA or D1 coach immediately.
You can send private messages. Hey, this is
Yeah, I mean,
Coach McCollum here. I really need some help. I need a assistant coach.
he
I heard
is
you're
saying
really,
that.
really good at executing game plans, forcing
Oh,
players to execute game plans.
he is kind of saying that, like McCollum telling St. Louis how to attack his team was not helpful for St. Louis. Like, oh, like imagine going up to like the opposing team and says, "Hey, this guy likes to go left. Make sure you attack his left." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that."
Yeah. So when Michigan was stealing plays, didn't matter. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody knew that, right? Like everybody knew. You don't need insider information. Of course, they know everything there is to know about everything. They're coaches.
yeah, no,
Little silly goober.
that's kind of a wild take. That's oh no, my screen froze again. All I got to do is do a little bit of this. We were having technical difficulties. There we go. Oh, is that? Oh, tomorrow's garbage day. All right. Other than that, oh, I don't know. You can put GIFs on here. We got the Patrick trust the process going on right here.
Good old SpongeBob reference.
I think this one is pretty obviously a troll, and it's kind of funny, so I'll read it. We got someone going. Actually, with the username, I know exactly where this person is from. So the address of this person is
Oh
four.
boy. No.
It says season is
Redacted.
over. Season is over. Fire Ben. Can we get Drake's new coach? Who is Drake's new coach?
I have no idea.
Oh, I googled it and it says Ben McCollum.
Well, AI. Slightly flawed. Eric Henderson. Look at the first result.
There we go. Where did this man? Wow, he was a jackrabbit.
Well, look at that. A lot of ties there.
Yeah, we got Gronowski. Now we have Eric Henderson going into Des Moines. It's is this Iowa or South Dakota? I really don't know.
Unfortunately, it's Iowa because our tax laws aren't as fun.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't really see any other down votes. Well, I guess there was a Cheeto finger on the first page that I kind of skipped over.
I think that has to be our official name for this until Cheetos actually sends us some money, though.
I will say I did get that from a different podcast I listened to who calls the trolls Cheeto fingers.
Oh, honestly, I just pulled the Cheeto sponsorship out of thin air, so that's hilarious.
That's impressive.
Didn't know that. It all came together. It's meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will contact the people at Lay's.
Say how much money are we getting for a podcast that averages like 5 viewers?
$1 a viewer.
Hey, I'll take it.
I will do a 10-minute segment for $5.
Okay, this first one, I don't understand the downvotes. It just says, is there a concern about shooting at this point? He's just asking a question. He's not making a statement.
Yeah,
He just goes like, what's the thoughts around here about our shooting?
that's the thing. These fans seem a little overly defensive.
Yeah, and like, look, you're not going to find a bigger Ben McCollum fan than me. But it's guys, it's okay to ask questions. We're not against questions here. Kind of like how I don't know. Earlier in the year, I know everyone's like, well, I don't know. The reason we got Kirk Ferentz around here is because we can beat our rivals and we can beat a top 10 team every now and then, and we're consistently like 8-4, 9-3, 10-2. And then after we lose to Iowa State, it was like, hey, I know it's early in the season, but like, do we start asking questions about this football program? And then everyone was just going, no, you can't be saying that. That's horrible. And I go, hey, it's just a question. We're not even putting our opinion out here. It's just like, what are the thoughts about the state of the program at this point?
Yeah, if it's generic like that, I think if you're like, sometimes people will pitch their opinion in a form of question to try to protect themselves. But yeah, it's just an innocent question. Should we be worried about shooting? Maybe, maybe not. I would say no, not at this point. Will that be true 2 months from now? Maybe. Maybe we should be at that point. Maybe we fixed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as long as we have like Brendan Hassan, as long as we have Bennett Sturts, Alvaro Folgaris, even Cooper Koch, I think Trey Thompson, Cale Combs, Isaiah Howard. Like, we got guys who have proven that they can shoot. And, even if we have two non-shooters on the floor at the same time, I really still believe in that. And if we can't have two non-shooters at the court at the same time, just don't play them at the same time. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we have the squad to shoot, and if we don't, then let's go inside a little bit more. You don't have to be a great shooting team to win. I think we have the coaching and we have the roster to win, and it doesn't really matter how it looks.
I'm fine with low-scoring games that are wins.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I am a fan of low-scoring games. They can be high-scoring too. I don't care. I just want to win. I think last year Drake was the slowest team in the nation, and they won like 31 games. So I don't care for the slowest. I don't care for the fastest. I don't care for shooting 50 threes a game. I don't care for shooting three threes a game. That 5 times.
Results are results. That's the thing. Really the scoreboard doesn't matter as long as your team's the one with more points.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, I mean, let's see if we can find anything within the realm of college basketball. It's just going to be a bunch of rankings, isn't it?
Probably. It's okay. We don't have a lot of content right now, people. It'll pick up. You can, Aaron, is there a way people could send in their questions, their comments? We could address them. Fan mail. I know we're maybe not reaching the masses yet, but maybe that's something we set up. Maybe do they just comment on this?
Yeah, if they just comment, I'll make sure to get back to it. And I check all the comments, and I did see there's another podcast to listen to. With my job, I listen to a lot of podcasts. And they just created like a Google voicemail where people can call in and just leave their thoughts. I left a thought on that last week, so we'll see if that gets there.
Do they play them?
I don't know. Tomorrow is probably their first segment of it, so we will see.
Because I've also have a podcast that I frequent, and yeah, they used to just get questions via email, and then they started doing the audio questions you could send in, and that was interesting to just kind of hear different voices. If you don't want to hear your voice, for sure, then just comment on this.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're comfortable with being recorded on the show, maybe we can figure it out. Maybe we're too dumb. Maybe we can't.
I'm probably too dumb.
Answer your question.
With a couple of YouTube videos, I can figure out just about anything. We have something in the Big Ten. Illini guard Mihailo Petrovic, approved by NCAA to play, ruled a sophomore. He is 22 years old, and will have 3 years of eligibility remaining.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you're too caught up with the state of Illinois basketball. And, Illinois, I would consider a rival in basketball, no other sport. But they are definitely our rivals in basketball. And this year, they have decided to go almost completely Baltic.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that a few days ago.
Mm-hmm, their entire team is pretty much from the Baltic states.
If they can just get a Jokic out of one of them, it'll pay off.
That'll be scary for us, to say the least.
Maybe they can do a horse race at halftime.
Let's see what else it says around here. One of Illini's top 3 guard options, along with senior Kylan Boswell and freshman Keaton Wagler. He has a battered ankle and hamstring injuries during last month, but played a few minutes in Saturday's 98-86 closed-door exhibition loss at defending champion Florida. Joined late August. They're playing multiple seasons in Europe. Oh gosh, he played in their pro league before coming to Illinois.
Wow.
Averaging 14, 7, and 3, shooting 49% from the field and 33% from 3. Yeah, I think Illinois is probably the most confusing team to rank in the Big Ten because you just don't know how this is going to go.
To be fair, Illinois doesn't know how it's going to go. So
yeah, I mean, I can imagine trying to communicate with your teammates on the court and not speaking the same language maybe they speak English, but that might be an issue.
Yeah, good communication runs defenses, so good luck with that. Maybe that'll be their weak point. I mean, to be fair, I'm guessing every coach ever already knows exactly how to coach against them since coaches just know everything, according
That's
to
true.
Our friend, the commenter. So, but, we'll see what happens.
Yep, it's all about, and again, who your guys are is a lot. That's most. But let's not act like the Heat got to the championship in 2020 and 2023 solely because of their roster.
No. I would never imply that. I think, but don't you think that more of that is developing their individual skill sets with development coaches versus all game plan? I think game plan, it might account for a good portion of your success, but I think the behind the scenes stuff counts for more.
Correct. And then we're just glad that Spo was able to coach up Kenny Nunn and Gabe Vincent, so that they were ready by the time they came to the Lakers.
They can get their paycheck and go back to, I'm not going to rag on them. They're good players, but it does seem like when some of those players leave the Heat ecosystem, it's a bit of a shock to their systems.
Yeah, and it's just, I think like programs and teams will fail players more than players will fail programs and teams. And so I think that also has a lot to do with it of just like, hey, this guy was in a great situation and then he left it and now he's not doing as good. Maybe you take a look at, who can I even think of? Well, take a look at just about every Iowa player who transferred football-wise. You take a look at like Keegan Johnson with Kansas State did nothing. You take a look at Deacon Hill, leaves Iowa and suddenly he went from a starter at Iowa and now he's a second string at a D2 school. I mean, surely that has nothing to do with the fact that maybe he shouldn't have been starting quarterback at Iowa.
Yeah.
Hey,
Deacon, if you want to be a guest on this podcast, please also comment.
I think we burned that bridge. Burning bridges in like 5 seconds is crazy work. But yeah, I guess that other than that, I don't really have much. Let's see, we would have a podcast probably later in the week, and then it's game time. We're one podcast away. Bless you.
Excuse me.
You're excused. I'm thinking we do like a schedule preview on like Thursday or Friday. Kind of give our predictions for like record, seed, how far we can make it into the NCAA tournament, or maybe we don't make it. Some people think. I'm thinking that's probably what Thursday or Friday is going to be for whoever the heck shows up. And then after that, it's first game preview.
Can't wait. It'll be a little bit better cheddar than this episode. But if you've stuck around this long, we know we've got you as a listener for life. So thank you.
That's true. I mean, you can, whether you played this you want to just hear some Hawkeyes hoops, maybe you played it because your baby went to sleep and you needed a soothing voice, 2 soothing voices. This is the podcast for that.
Maybe you're really hungry for Cheetos, but you know you shouldn't eat them. So someone talking about Cheetos for 3 minutes just gives you enough of that fill to where you can move on with your life. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're here for all your needs. If you have any comments about the Hawks, any comments about marriage advice, you got 2 loving husbands here. So
not to each other. We are both heterosexual.
That actually reminds me of a story of my brother-in-law and his friend were going into a tattoo shop to get their rings tattooed on after they got married. 2 different women, of course. And he walks in, and the tattoo artist goes, "What are you guys in for?" And he was like, "Oh, we just got married. We need when we want to get tattooed on our ring fingers. He goes, "Oh, congratulations, you two! And when's the honeymoon?" They just look at each other and go, "Oh no, we got married to different women. We're straight. We're just friends."
I remember that story, and that is hilarious. I will say, in college, my good buddy, we were actually, this ties in. We were at an intramural basketball league together, and got some McDonald's beforehand because why not? And so I was gonna go get some food, and I'm like, oh hey man, like yeah, let's get some Mickey D's. And so we go in there, and they're like, one ticket or two? And I'm like, what's the implication here? Like, no, we are not. We're not together. I mean, I can cover him. He's a good buddy. Like, I can spot him if he needed it. But no, we're not going to default to the one ticket. We're not, that's not going on. And then another time, we were in another restaurant, and I said something about being engaged, and yeah, to poke fun, he like reached his hand across the table or something. I had to clarify to our waiter that I was engaged to a woman. So that became a running joke. So Aaron and I are married to women. Two women. Anyways, if you have questions, call in, comment.
Yeah. Call in, comment.
Buy a plane, fly it in the sky with like that big paper behind it that says like, "Would you marry me?" or something like that. Use one of those.
Yeah, do something cheesy. Life's too easy to not be doing cheesy things.
Oh, no. I meant do that to ask your question.
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be fair.
Like, should I pee standing up or sitting down?
That would depend on who you are.
Or let's do this. Should I wipe standing up or sitting down?
Sitting down, obviously.
I don't know if it's obvious.
I
think everyone's divided on that. I think it's like 50-50, and both halves just assume the other does it the way they do it.
Well, it's just there's no reason to get up. You're not done yet.
I know, but how much room is left?
Well, that depends how chubby your cheeks are.
Are you going full like cheeks to the back of the bowl? Or are your cheeks resting on the front of the bowl?
I go front, yeah. I'd be able to give you a better answer if I was just in that state right now because I don't really think about it too much.
These are the important questions, people. We'll answer that next time on our podcast that I totally remember the name of. And so, yeah. Aaron, do you want me to sing us out? Do you want to sing us out?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of singing, I meant to mention this the other podcast, but I just want you to know, and whenever Mitchell hops back on, I'll let him know as well. But the thing so I really wanted to include like more music on here, but it turns out even with my where I have a note for this. I do not have a note for this. So with like all the music and everything, like YouTube is even like, hey, you're on thin ice, pal. You're using music that you were allowed to use, but you're on thin ice. So if anyone ever wants to like play music on here, like, oh yeah, I found this one song, just sing it.
Yeah, I know. Like as a graphic designer, there are certain like licenses you can put into YouTube because I've had stuff pulled down and they're like, hey, this is licensed music. I'm like, yeah, I know. I paid for the license. Like that's why I'm using it. And then I like had to like go to them. And it was kind of a scary process. They're like, no, like this. And then eventually like it's all fine in the end and they let you put your video up. But it's a tricky thing. So yeah, we could just make a song right now for the show.
That's true. We could, sing a little We Need Food in Our Stomach.
That's a classic.
It's a classic. We'll have to record it someday after 10 years in the making. But unless you have anything to add, I'll close this out here.
Jesus loves you. Aaron and I love you. And go Hawks.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening to Bench Mob Carver. Take care. God bless and go Hawks.